Look at my vehicle. This is the windshield washer level indicator. Just trust that it is. There you go. And it's been on for a while, maybe 100 miles or so. But the problem is, this thing's full. And I mean, I had run it kind of low. Unless it's leaking. I'm gonna have to check it out, but I know I filled it up. So that's what we're about to do. Instead of removing all this, and this thing necks in different ways, you can't really see the bottom. Alright, here you go. Got a flashlight. Still can't see much. So I'm gonna remove the fender liner over here, and we'll be able to check the level, see that everything's okay. Alright. So I removed the fender liner. There it is. Brakes and all that, right? This is the front right side, the passenger side in the US. I removed the plug for this sensor right here. And so what it is, you have an O-ring here, gasket deal. And the way you put it in, you know, just think about this backwards. Push that in there. Look at that. So that's what you have, right? Push it in there. Then on the way in, pretty simple, push this one in and it'll just snap in place. It's pretty hard to get it out, by the way, and I did a combination of, you know, look at that. So I don't want to push it in because it was quite a struggle to get it out. And the reason I'm removing this instead of just replacing it is that this problem started when my coolant was when my windshield washer fluid was pretty low. So I'm thinking I've got gunk in there because I could, while touching it, I could feel some slime. Look at that. That's a little slimy stuff. Whatever that is, right? I'm gonna rinse this thing out, and it's supposed to float, you know. Look. Okay, see that fell? That's what gives you your reading. It's more of a flotation sensor, so to say. Alright, so my thinking is when I got it really low, it hit the bottom and it wouldn't come back up. So, and you have to be warned that when you remove your plug from here, my thing was full of washer fluid, it's going to drain right through here. So I had this draining into a mop bucket. Probably need to get a shop bucket. Can anyone sponsor me for that? Hey, paying like $5 for a bucket that's going to get dirty water. Anyway, so I'm going to take this into the sink, rinse it off. Look inside there, some slimy stuff, right? And I mentioned this before in one of my prior videos that I wondered why my system seemed to be gunked up. I think someone sent some bad water in here, so I'll do my best to rinse it off, and let's see if it works. Back, so this is what happened while you were on break. One, I got here, and I reached in as far as I could and wiped this grime off the bottom here with some slimy stuff. Hopefully it doesn't make it back up into the sensor, right? It's really shiny, you can barely see what's going on here. Okay, so then this is the O-ring, right? I made sure it's got no cuts in it, none of that. Push it in there. Make sure it's well seated. Right, and then push this in there. I blew some air down here just to make sure nothing was wrong with it. It wasn't holding any water inside the terminal. Wow. Okay, I suppose that needs to be pulled out first. Okay, so I had to put the phone down for this. I pulled the O-ring back out, and it's got a lip here. There you go. So the lip, can you see that? And the O-ring goes over here. Then I'll try to push it in, see if this works. My goodness, where the hell is this supposed to go in? I suppose I peel it back. Yeah, it was a pain to remove it, so don't expect any mercy on the way in. Okay, so here you go. What I did is just put the O-ring in there, then just push this thing in there as best as I could. Then I pulled the lip back out, that lip over the edge, and now I put the sensor back up here. And make sure that's dry-ish. Okay, I don't know why my flash keeps getting turned off, but get the sensor, or rather the plug. I suppose I turned it 90 degrees from what it's supposed to be, huh? There's a thingamajig over here. Hold. Then put this in here. Oh, my phone's hot. Okay, then just push that in. Okay, good. It's pretty easy to remove it. This plug, you just push in here and pull it out. So, common sense, or at least good repair sense to me, tells me that I should put the fluid in here before patching everything up, turn the car on, see if that fixes my problem. If not, well, get ready to buy another sensor. So, up here. And plus, this way I'll be able to see if it leaks at all. Okay, no leaks, no drips. So far looking good. Here's it. Yep, dry as a bone. So, pour the rest of this in here. And I found that this reservoir would take about 1 jug of this, whatever, this a gallon. The reservoir should take about 1 gallon, so, but I'd recommend that you do not run it dry, unless you're sure it's clean as hell. And the other thing I guess I would propose is come in here, you know, if you had the means, somehow to send pressured water down there, even if it's through a garden hose or something, just to knock any gunk off. But yeah, for now, let me start the car, and well, first let's look at the level. Here you go. Level's pretty good. It should float, and even if it did not fill up the top of that sensor, you know, it's got that hole at the bottom, and water finds its own level, so that float inside there for the sensor should have been raised off the bed. So let's take a look. Well, this is it, y'all. Nope, still there. My floats, my sensor's bad. For whatever reason, that sensor needs replaced. Well, at least I know how to replace it, so when time comes to do it, we'll know how to do it. Alright, so that's a process, guys. Sorry it failed, but at least we know what to do. And now what I'm going to do is just fill the thing up with water. Yeah, distilled water, because it's cheaper right now. And just plan to replace it before it gets too cold. Alright, good luck, guys. Hope it works for you. So here we are. After trying to clean the sensor, he did not do anything for it. And as you can see, the windshield level light, low level light is still on right here, right? Okay, so I went to AutoZone, bought a sensor. I had some rewards points, and the sensor number is SU8136. all right, this is it. And the reason, I should have just shown that. The reason I bought this one is I got the Nissan or the Infiniti OEM part number, and when I googled it, as I usually do to try and find the cheapest source, the AutoZone one came up, and I figured, hey, give it a try. I mean, it's not the kind of job I want to keep doing, honestly, but it was worth it, you know. As I said, it's not the kind of job I want to keep doing while trying stuff, but I thought it was worth a try, considering, well, 3 points, as I said. So here, there's a float. You know, when you fill this thing up with water, the float goes up, and it says, oh, you're fine, you're not low. Then it's got a relief down here, so that, you know, it self-levels with whatever fluid is around the tube. So I'll install this, you know, using the same video basically that I made for the washing it, and take another video then, see if it works. Okay, good. I'm in a rush, so I didn't really document the whole process. But just like the other video, this time I did not even remove the wheel and the entire wheel well fender liner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts. Then I pried this thing down and then got at it, pulled. I actually damaged the sensor on the way out. I kind of expected. And on the way in, I pushed the O-ring in first, then pushed the sensor in, and just wrapped the lip around it. So yeah, it's fixed the issue. So the AutoZone sensor fixed my issue. Good luck.